You're in a hurry. Well, you better calm down. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Cuppa. Let's just listen to the music for a little while so that we can get settled. Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. It's a beautiful day. So come on, let's play. Forget the pressure and find a good spot. Down and join us as we sing through the song. Keep out the balance and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Again, at least won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day. Come on, let's play. Yay! And it is a beautiful day, and we're going to have a beautiful day. I'd like to invite anybody who's out there who would like to come into the Zoom room, Stacy or Erica or Charlie, all of those of you who said you would like to come on, you should without fail be able to find the address, I guess you would call it. Anyway, so Teri put it on the notations, and it's also, if you've been to a group like Chanting for Change, you can just click on that one. It'll bring you here because it's only one channel. Anyway, Grace, Isis, and I have a system worked out. This is my beautiful, beautiful co-host, Grace Isis.
Hi,
and
everyone.
Grace Isis, how do you say your last name?
Monio.
Monio?
Yes.
Monio. Monio. Beautiful. Monio. And I'm Jean Lorio, and this is EWN Network. And if for those of you who are new and you don't know anything about EWN, it's a wonderful place for people who are spiritually minded, who are interested in bringing peace and love to the world. And we accept all religions. The only thing is we have no conflicts. We just love each other and talk about things, and especially on the Good Morning Show. We talk about things that might be happening in the world that are a burden, and personal things too. And what we do is love each other and build each other up to face the day. Sometimes it's really hard to face the world if you don't have any support behind you. And that's what we're here for. So welcome, welcome. Grace Isis is she played the music, if you heard it. Thank you. And she's going to switch over to comments so that we know who's there. I cannot see the comments. Teri always can. And we have tried and we've done everything everyone's told us to see the comments, and I still can't see the comments. And the fault is in me, I am sure. So what Grace Isis and I have worked out a system where she looks at the comments on her phone and she will be reading the comments. So I don't even know if anyone's here yet. Is anyone here yet?
Yes, we do. There are 6 of us. We have Suzanne. Good morning, beautiful lady, says Suzanne. We have Kathy Hand. Good morning.
Good morning, darling.
We have Rosalind Good Vibes. Good morning, Peas.
Good morning, Rosalind. Yeah, wonderful. Rosalind's on Chanting with Change, as is Grace Isis and I. So for some reason, it just seems like we start the day, we end the day, and it kind of, we're tired. I don't know how Teri does this, but I was telling Grace Isis before we got on, she's so beautiful. She just rolls out of bed and she comes and gets on. I mean, I know she stayed here, and I would make her a cup of coffee, and she would be on a lot of the times, and I'd bring her coffee. But me, it takes me at least half an hour to feel like I look decent enough for anyone to see me. So it's a little harder for us, but we are loving it. And we only have one more day after today. So, excuse me. I'm trying to wait for a few other people to get on so we can do our heart-mind connection.
We have Claudette Jackson. Good morning, but
Claudette.
afternoon for me. Yes.
Oh, Claudette, are you in England in the
Yeah.
or
Claudel Jackson. I think she's in.
Claudel?
Yes.
Oh, Claudel, excuse me, beautiful name.
It's okay. Yes.
And you must be from England or Australia or one of the other countries to be at a different time. I cannot get time zones correct.
Sorry,
Yes?
she's from South Africa.
Oh, how wonderful. Hi. Hi. I hope everything is well there in South Africa. I haven't kept track of how the virus has been affecting South Africa. I know it's affecting everyone so badly, and our prayers go out to them.
Yes, I think they seem to be handling it a little bit better out there, because I was with my family on the phone in Kenya, and there is a law. Everybody wears a mask. If you don't, you'll be fined. And they have a curfew, 10 p.m. And their infection rate or their deaths are a little bit less now. They had one round of doses of vaccines, but you know, the vaccine is trickling in. And Claudel says, all good here. She says, I stay in a beach village called Betty's Bay. And that was Claudel in Jackson. So in South Africa.
Beautiful.
And we have Becky Lafar. Hello, Becky. Beautiful. Yes. Hello, beautiful ladies. I was commenting on other live, on Teri's live. Oh, sorry.
Well, you know, I could close those lines so that this is the only channel that is open. But so many people are used to seeing it on other lines. So I thought, you know, a lot of people like to watch. They just really don't comment. So I'll just go ahead and leave them open. And if they want to comment, everyone, you need to go to Enlighten the World.
Claudel says, yes.
I'm sorry.
Claudel says, yes, we all have to wear a mask and indoor by 10. So I think that's the whole continent.
And that's, you know, and it's so, I only know of one country that doesn't have any COVID. I don't know if any of you, I have a connection to Bhutan.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I worked in Lacan here in our campus, and it's well, I'm going to say it's a temple. You know, they don't like us to call it a temple because people get upset about religion. You know, that the college shouldn't be teaching religion. And they do teach, religion, but it's a class, it's a course, and people want to know about other religions. But the temple of Lacan was a gift from the king of Bhutan to UTEP. and we have a very close relationship with them. So I wound up being the curator of that museum and before COVID, and I loved it. And I love Bhutan, and it's a wonderful culture. They only had 6 cases of COVID, and all of them were people who were visiting. They brought it in. It wasn't any of the Bhutanese people. They immediately closed their borders. They immediately instituted mask wearing, not meeting in groups, having a curfew to go in. And after the 6 people got well and went home, they had no more COVID.
Yes.
And I was telling someone in Bhutan, the people, they obey. Here in our country, everyone's a rebel. You know, maybe that's who came to the United States in the first place, were the rebels. And, you know, we do want to make up our own minds about things, but in the cases of sickness, when it includes the masses, sometimes you need to follow the rules. So that helps everybody. And they do that there. And without question, they love their king. They are a democracy. I don't want you to misunderstand because they have a king. They have also a parliament. But they love their king. They love their parliament. And they love their customs. And they don't want for the new world Sarda to take over their country. They want to keep their culture. So they never.
Thank you, Jean. We'll read a few more comments.
Okay.
Then, yes, and Claudette said yes, they all have to wear a mask and indoor by 10. And Becky says, Jean, take a breath. You're doing great. And Rosin Good Vibes says, I went to Trader Joe's grocery store yesterday and people are starting to not wear masks. It felt freeing to shop without masks. This is in Paso Robles, California. Great. And Claudel says, if I may ask what your live feed about. Anyway, then we have Hope Wellington Marshall. Hey, P family, Auntie Jean, you are doing so well. We have we have Richard Marrow. Good morning, Peas. We have Sophia. We have Sophia Rego. She says, hi, Jean Lorio. Wonderful, welcome.
I hope I'm saying this right again. Claudette? Claudine?
Claudel.
Claudel. I'm sorry. I'm kind of old. My mind and my memory is not quite as well as it used to be. Honey, Grace Isis and I are temporary fill-ins for Teri Angel. This program is, it started out as a small group who would meet at the very early morning, and we discuss just things about the world. But the main thing was we were here to encourage and love each other. And like I said before, we accept everyone. Well, of course, we don't want anybody who's negative or giving us bad information. But everyone who comes in here comes with the idea of supporting and loving each other, bringing peace to the earth. And Teri is wonderful. Please don't give up because she's not here, because I'm very new at this and I don't know really what I'm doing, but she's on a journey. She's on a journey of peace, and she's been traveling the country now for over 9 months, I believe. Yes. And right now she's in South Dakota, and she's going to a tribal meeting. I always called it a powwow, but I'm not sure if that's the correct term. But the Native American people in our country have these tribal councils, And it's a week affair. And she was lucky enough to get, or I should say, blessed enough to get an invitation. And for 4 days, the beginning of this consult, they have to go through a cleansing, and they cannot contact the outside world. So she asked me and Grace Isis if we would cover for her on the morning show. And we were happy to do it because a lot of, we call each other peas. I know that sounds kind of odd, but we call ourselves peas in the pod, and we're peas for peace, because that's what we're hoping, is that our vibrations will raise the vibrations of the earth and bring peace to the earth. And during COVID, we really found our group at the very beginning of COVID. And a lot of us were hunting and searching because we felt insecure. We weren't sure what was happening. And so we've been together for over a year now. And we have built a family of such wonderful souls. They are all loving and giving and helping. And but Teri is our Mama P, and she's just marvelous. So she'll be back on Friday. So we're just trying to hold down the fort until she gets back. And one thing I wanted to say is, someone was talking about not wearing masks in the grocery stores. And the masks have become kind of the same way here. Most people aren't wearing them anymore. Some do. I try to, because I'm old. I did have COVID. I also have been vaccinated, but that's a personal choice. Some are vaccinated and some are against vaccination, and neither one is right or wrong. Everybody goes with what their heart tells them to do. And right? But the other thing we do is at night, we chant. It's at 9 o'clock Eastern time. And we chant for peace. And not everyone from Morning Cup chants, but we're starting, I feel like we're starting to see a change on Earth. A lot of it has to do with what we've learned from COVID, that we have to be together, that we have to care for one another. We have to love each other. Yesterday, my husband came home from the grocery store and he says, "Boy, I must be old." And I said, "Why? What do you mean?" And the chanters know this. I told it last night. He says, "I was bringing out my groceries in the cart and I went to load them up in my car, and I was turning to take my cart back to the return. And this young gentleman came over and he says, 'Sir,' he says, 'let me take that for you.' And he took my cart and he took it and put it in the return. And he says, so he must have thought I was so old I couldn't do it myself." And I said, "Honey, no, he's just being kind." And I said, that's what we're seeing on Earth right now, is a lot of people are beginning to be more kind, more caring and helpful of each other. So that's basically what we pray for and we hope for. And we try to encourage each other. So I think we have enough here that we can do our heart brain. Tell us some more comments.
We'll do 2 more and then we'll do our heart brain. We have Claudel said, "Oh, this is such an awesome idea. I love it. We can learn what is happening worldwide." And Kathy Hand said, "The governor of Maryland says effective July 1st, no more mask mandates and go back to normal." And Rose and Sophia sent a little flag, and Becky says, "Yes, bless it." So
sweet.
I think we have 10 of us now.
Yeah. Well, I live in, there's my little doggy. If anybody, that's Harrison. He's named for George Harrison of the Beatles.
Oh,
And that's why his name is Harrison, because I already had Ringo. And but my husband refuses to let me get a Paul and a John, so I don't think I'll get the whole group together. But anyway, I forgot what I was going to
now
say.
we're going to do our heart brain.
Oh yeah, we are going to do that. But anyway, let's go ahead. We do a heart brain every morning. This is a technique that was shown by a group that studies the brain and the heart connection. And it's been proven to be very helpful for people. What it does is it's trying to connect our hearts to our brain. Our brain is full of a lot of things that are nonsense. I don't know what else to call it. There are things that, foolish things that people tell us that we know in our heart is not true, but our heart holds truth. And usually, if you use your heart, you're on the right track. So, what this does is it tries to connect that heart that knows the truth with the brain so that we have a moment of peace and love. So, this is the way you do it. Now, I was taught to visualize a light stream coming from your heart to your spinal cord and up the back of your spinal cord and connecting with the brain. And the way we do this is, first of all, we put our hand on our heart. Because wherever you put your hand, I'm going to try to tilt this a little bit. Wherever you put your hand is where your focus is going to be. The next thing we do is we slow our breathing down. We take a breath to the count of 5 and hold it for a minute. And then we release it. And as we're releasing it, we are releasing negativity, worry, anxiety, all the things that keep us on edge. So let's do the deep breath. And then the slow release, and just let everything go. And then with the next breath, we bring in love and peace. Think of some time when you were totally happy, something that brings you total joy, and hold that in your heart, which is connected to the brain. We're going to stay in that moment of peace for about a minute. And when we come out, we're going to say our I ams. And if you don't know what those are, you will realize when we're through. So stay a moment in your heart, bringing in that love and peace. I am full of gratitude for this family. I am love. I am compassion. I am the spirit of the divine, and I am peace. So what are your I am? Write them in the comments, and beautiful Grace Isis will read that as soon as she tells us her I ams.
I am grateful. I am blessed. I am present. I am abundant. I am filled with joy overflowing. I am loving and I am loved. I am gentle compassion. I am peace. We have Hope Wellington. I am healthy and wealthy, and so it is. Yes, you are. Beautiful.
She is such a beautiful person.
Yes, and
she's in England. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're so grateful she's here with us.
And we are.
We have Marie Etastona. She's on with us. Rosalind Good Vibes. I am guided to know with more clarity to follow my heart's desire. I am guided to know with more clarity. Follow my heart's desire. That's a beautiful one.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And Rosalind's in California. So we have peas. I'm going to call them peas. We have peas in every state and many countries. England, Australia, New Zealand. We have one in Sweden. I haven't seen her lately. The problem, a lot of times, when Teri's not here, some people don't, turn on. So those of you who are new, and I reckon there was a couple of names I didn't recognize. Please tune back in and meet Teri. She is so beautiful and so wonderful.
We have a few more I ams. We have Richard Morrow. He says, I am healing inside and out. We have Suzanne Millard. I am grateful and healthy. And Claudel says, I am grateful for my health, abundance, and my awesome family, and to all for sharing today. XOXO.
By the way, we have book club today for those who are in the Soul Food Book Club. And the book that we're reading, oh dear, I left it where I was studying. Anyway, the book that we're reading is called The Magic. And we're just starting into it, but I'll tell you what it's really, really about. And it's something that sometimes we don't think about. It's about gratitude, how important it is to have gratitude for what we have. And there is a scripture that says, those who have more will be given to them, and those who don't have, things will be taken away. And that scripture is kind of confusing. Now, Grace Isis always took it as, and I really did too, that those who have knowledge and who have belief, more will be given to them. And those who do not have what they have will be taken away. But this book points out that gratitude is what we need to have. Those who have gratitude for what they have, for the gifts of the divine, the gifts of Mother Earth, more will be given to them. And those who do not, it will be taken away. And I think that's a good way to look at it, because if we're not thankful for what we have, why would we be given more? And the universe, I don't know if you believe in God, or if you call him God, or if you call him the divine. I tend to call him Father a lot. And I wanted to apologize if that offends anybody. You have to understand that my background, I had a problem with my father. He was abusive, and I felt he didn't love me at all. And so the Divine Father was my father, and I leaned on him and still do. And but it doesn't matter what we call him because it's the same creator that we're talking to. And if we don't have gratitude to him, if we don't have gratitude to our Mother Earth and to the universe, you know, the universe can't answer us, can't give us more until we appreciate what we have. And if we count our blessings every day, which is what the book has us do, you realize that you do have abundance. And more abundance will be given to you. But you do realize when you do that, wow, I am so blessed. I have so much abundance. So, is anyone having problems or anything that we can put our hearts on the job for you in our prayers? Please let us know so we can build you up. And I'm so glad, Richard, that you're getting better. I was worried about you. I was worried about Robert. Is Robert on?
No, he's not on.
Oh, okay.
Robert,
we can include him in our prayers, though. We can include Robert, and we're going to include Charlie. If all of you weren't here yesterday, Charlie is having more heart problems. They found some abscesses in his heart, and he's already had one open heart surgery. So we're going to be lifting him up. And we're going to lift up Teri's family because she has a brother who's very ill. And so if y'all want to start putting in your prayer requests, that would be wonderful. I'm going to find a pen here and I'm going to write them down. And I'm sorry to do that. Teri has a wonderful memory. She remembers everything. I'm old. I don't have that kind of a memory.
So would you like to do a Kuan Yin card?
Oh, absolutely. That would be wonderful. I have my little book here.
Okay. So this is the one we have. And it says, Mother Fierce. Mother Fierce. Mother Fierce. So Mother Fierce is your guardian. Nothing can penetrate the passionate fire of her fearless love. Your safety is assured. In the midst of any apparent challenge or threat, no matter how frightening it may seem, no matter how insecure you might feel about taking a step on your spiritual path into more power, know that you are safe, you are protected, you are loved. It's Mother Fierce.
Now, Grace Isis, I'm going to call her Gracie.
You can do it, but it's okay.
Gracie has a deck of cards from Kuan Yin cards that has a message on the back. And see, and mine looks exactly the same. I left it over there, but mine's different. My cards are a little bit bigger. And instead of putting the message on the back, they give you this little book and then put the messages inside the book. So the messages are a little bit more in depth. So she already read the message on the back. And this is what the book says. Beloved, you have been growing spiritually, and sometimes it evokes response from others. The response may be loving and affirmative, encouraging and validating. Many will choose to be inspired by your growth. Sometimes, however, lower vibrational responses will arise, which might be fearful, insecure, jealous, or angry. These responses arise so that they can be healed. The healing for you is in how you choose to allow yourself to shine and not to be diminished by the healing process of another. For the other, their healing is their journey, and you have offered them a great service. Know that you do not need to be afraid, nor do you need to hold yourself back out of fear. Okay, so basically, she's telling us that we don't need to be afraid of our spirituality, even though some people may be negative about it. And just about everybody, has had an experience where a family member or someone else has said, oh, nonsense, hocus pocus, or something else. And we have to be strong, and we don't have to do it alone. Kuan Yin is with us, our mother fierce. The divine is with us, and we have angels. And for those of you who don't know, we have over 500,000 new angels recently that our divine has sent to earth to help us during these times. So the only thing about angels, though, is you have to ask. They have a protocol. Angels have a protocol. They don't interfere. God created us with a free mind, free choice. And so they do not interfere. But if you ask, they're more than willing to help. And so please do that if you have been ever feeling like you're alone or, by yourself. Just ask the angels, and they're there with you in force. So, okay.
Yes.
I went ahead.
Mhm.
I cheated.
Oh.
I got my deck of animal spirit cards. And if you all haven't seen this deck, this is what the box looks like. And it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. The lady Bergman, how do you say her name? I think it's Bergman.
Mm-hmm.
She's an artist as well as a spiritual light. And she loves drawing animals. And she draws beautiful, beautiful animals. So this deck is absolutely gorgeous. Here's the bison. Look at this. Isn't that
Nice.
beautiful?
Yes.
You could
Very
hang
pretty.
these. I mean, they're so beautiful. And then she has a dragon. So
Nice.
it's not just real animals. Here's a bear.
Mhm.
But sometimes it's spiritual animals also, what we call the elementals. But anyway, because it's the same way, it has a little book instead of having the message. It has a brief message on the card, and then it has a book. I went ahead, I thought about our family, I thought about this morning, and I went ahead and picked a card. And this is the one that came up. Foxes. And what it says on the card, because there is a little message on the card. Sorry about my eyes. It says, you are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, foxes are kind of like humans. They're very protective of their pups. When they mate for life. They keep the same mate, and they take very good care of their families. And it says here that beautiful fox is recognized for cleverness and cunning throughout the world. They have mastered the art of camouflage. They have the ability to remain invisible, observe life undetected. If fox is your power animal, you will share these traits along with quick wit, playfulness, and I love this part, family loyalty.
Oh, that's nice.
You will also be a good problem solver and easily think of new inventive solutions. Fox asks you to be watchful of others and note their actions rather than their words. Fox has a strong sense of smell and sharp eyesight. These skills alert fox people to unpleasant and even dangerous situations. Give yourself the permission to slip away from things that don't look, smell, or feel right. And so that's, there was a lot more, but we don't need to read the whole book. But at first I thought, oh, I'm not sure I like this card for our family. But no, I think we do have a very strong sense of family. And I do think we have good instincts, or we wouldn't be here. We were searching for something that sounded truthful, that sounded honest, that sounded loving. And when we found the Angelic River family, it just resonated with us. And when we started, there were so few. And now we have a very large group. In fact, we have the members who are following it. It's over 600. We don't have that many on every morning, but there are 600 people who follow this site. So welcome to those who are new. And I'm asking anyone who has a prayer request, because we're going to be saying prayer in a minute. And I'd like to put, you can even put yourself in, you know, if you're having problems or feeling low, you don't have to say what it is. Just say, I would like to be in the prayer request, please. So I'll give you a second. I'm going to write down my names, Charlie.
So we have some prayers that have come in, requests.
Okay.
Richard Morrow says prayers for Charlie and family. Hope Wellington says prayers for the entire Angelic River family. May we all continue to be blessed with an abundance of health and wealth. Special prayers go up for our Charlie. May his heart be so filled with love for himself that it melts away any unwanted growths, and so it is. Prayers also for my friend's husband, Pete Davis, who is very poorly with a chest infection. It's Pete Davis. And Susan Millard says prayers for Teri and our entire P family. Thank you. Rosalind Good Vibes says prayers for Charlie to stay strong. Prayers for Mama P, Teri's continued journey for peace, and for all others who need to be lifted. Holding your heart in healing energy to move through obstacles or illusions with more grace and ease. Tammy Fisk, hi Tammy. She requests prayer for her sister Tracy's health.
Okay, wonderful. Do you notice how poetic our family is?
Yes.
When they ask for prayers, it's so beautiful.
Yes.
I feel like I'm inadequate to say a prayer for these beautiful people. But anyway, I am going to try.
I'm going to say a prayer. I have a prayer request.
Oh, absolutely.
My prayer request is for Jean L'Oreal.
Oh.
Continued guidance and love, and knowing that you are loved and you are so guided, and for the whole angelic family and for the world, and for those who are new on our platform, welcome. Those are my prayer requests.
Beautiful. Thank you. And thank you. I need the guidance in the world. Okay, so let's take a minute. Still our hearts. Dear Divine Father, we approach you with gratitude, the most abundant gratitude for just giving us the life that we have, the life which makes us eternal and immortal, the life that you shared with us out of your love. Love always grows, and your love has grown magnificently. We are requesting a few prayers. We're asking that you please help Charlie. Charlie Kuntz is a wonderful person. He has already had one open heart surgery, as you know, and it looks like he's going to have another. So we're asking that you help him through that or make him whole. He is loving, kind, and has a beautiful daughter that he has to take care of. We ask that you help Richard, that you build him up and give him strength. We ask you that you help Hope's Pete Davis, build him up, make him well, give him strength, help him to know the peace that resides inside of him, because you reside in all of us. We ask you that you take care of our Mama P. Teri. We all love her dearly, and we know that she lies in your hand and in your blessings. We ask a prayer for Tammy's sister, Tracy. Tammy is beautiful and strong, and her sister must be equally as beautiful. Please help her. Keep her well, keep her strong, keep her happy, and keep her abundant. We ask that the whole family be blessed with abundance. We ask that you keep them under your protective shelter, that they know how much that you love them and have given them. We ask for help for myself and for Grace Isis in doing this for Teri and the family. We love our families so much, and we want them to be blessed throughout the day and every day of their lives. And also, dear God, my Father, help our world. Our world is confused right now. A lot of people are living in an illusion of what's not true. You are the truth. You are peace and happiness. Please help our world to see that. Live in peace and love together. And then we will all be blessed. Thank you again for everything. Forgive us if we fall short, but we know that we have your strength always. And so it is. Amen.
So it is. And so it is. Thank you.
If I left anyone out, I am so sorry. I did mean to include those who are new, and I'm sorry about that. So you all keep coming back. Now we have a tradition where we tell each other how much we love each other. When we first started, I think there was about 6 or 8 of us that started, and it was then called the Angelic River Family. And Teri would sit by the river every morning and we'd all come in and chat and talk to her. And then it grew and it grew, and COVID came, and she was actually confined there for quite a while. And then they went home. And then we turned it to Cuppa of Joy. And so now we have this huge family. So I want you to picture this huge circle of people. We're all standing in this big circle, and we're all holding hands and connecting. And the love that's being bounced off of all of us, the vibrations of goodness and love and peace, is just filling the whole area. And we want that vibration to fill our whole world. And what we're going to do, they say, start with one thing. So we're going to start by turning to one person in our circle, whoever you imagine is on your left. And you're going to tell them, thank you. I love you. And that's going to go around the circle to every member of the family and then back to you. So right now, Grace Isis, you want to count down 1, 2, 3, and we'll do that.
1, 2, 3. Thank you. I love you. And Rosalind says, thank you, Auntie Jean and Grace Isis, for holding space and carrying the torch for our morning cuppa gathering. You are doing great. Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tammy Fisk, thank you. I love you all. Richard, thank you. I love you. Suzanne, thank you. I love you all. We love you all. Thank you.
Wonderful. You know, we only have one more day.
Yeah.
You know what? You know how much I love you all. And you know that this has been wonderful for me and Grace Isis. But I think we're both anxious. This is not Teri's shoes are not easy shoes to fill.
They're very good.
She does it so seamlessly, you know, everyone, you think, oh, wow, you know, but she has so much spirit. I mean, the angels help her, but she's done it for so long, and she is so knowledgeable. And I can only pray that I gain some knowledge, and being around her, being around you all is helping me to gain that knowledge. So we have one other tradition, and that is beautiful saying that came from India, which means, if any of you may not know what namaste means. Namaste means, I see the God in you.
Yes.
And that's what we do when we look at another person, regardless of what they look like, what kind of clothes they wear, whatever they're doing, look deeply and see the God in them, because we're all one. We all came from the same lump of clay, and it's a beautiful divine lump, and it goes directly to our Divine Father. So, everyone,
Namaste.
Namaste, you all. Thank you, Lisa. Love you all. And thank you for supporting us. We really, really appreciate it. This beautiful day. Have a beautiful day, everyone. And do what it says. Come on, let's play.
Let's play.
Thank you, Claudette, for being here. Come back when our Mama P is here. Everyone have a beautiful day. Love you. Bye-bye.